Hello and welcome to Remnant 2. Today we're going to be playing as Doom Guy. Yeah, I don't know what else more to say about it. We're going to be playing on Apocalypse. You'll get to see how it performs there, and if you're playing at a lower difficulty, you know it's just going to be even better, and you're going to have a little bit more freedom and flexibility in what you do. So let's get into it. Playing Doom Guy. Naturally, the weapon we're going to be using is the double barrel. It's the first piece you want to get. It's just iconic. And then I chose to put Blood Draw on there because in Remnant, or not Remnant, in Doom Eternal, you have a chain ability that you can use with his double barrel that pulls you into the enemies. So this was a natural pick. It'll pull them towards you, inflict bleeding as well. And there's not a lot of mutators that I actually like on the double barrel, but since we were doing some bleeding, I chose to put on the twisting wounds so that we're dealing more damage to bleeding guys, and we can also just inflict bleeding on them with the shotgun shots. So that's my choice there. The melee weapon, there's a couple things you could go with here. First option, fists, because you get glory kills and stuff. I messed around with it a little bit, and I was kind of just underwhelmed. It takes 2 additional rings, the Haymaker and the Meteorite Shard ring, so that you can really do damage with the fist weapons. But honestly, I was just not impressed. It was very underwhelming, and maybe that's just kind of how it's supposed to be. Maybe I was just doing it wrong. I don't know. So I didn't really want to do that. It would work better at lower difficulties. So, your next 2 options are the Iron Greatsword and World's Edge. And that's because you use the Chainsaw. Chainsaw is another super iconic thing for him to use. And then in Doom Eternal, you've got the Crucible sword thing. So this one, I chose to use this because it's got big serrated edges, like it's a chainsaw. And I put Shield Breaker on it because Doom Guy has armor, and I saw Shield Breaker providing shields is kind of like having armor because it's just bonus health. And then the World's Edge is just naturally fitting because it's kind of like using the Crucible sword. This is obviously just going to be your better choice in general because you get the ranged slices and stuff, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go with the Iron Greatsword. Your long gun, you can kind of use whatever you want. I'm using the Bone Saw because to me it's a lot like the heavy machine gun that he has there. And in addition, you can get the attachment on there that's micro missiles. So I put the Helix rocket onto the Bone Saw, and for me, that's like exactly the gun from Doom. But you could kind of do whatever you want. If you want to do more shotgun things, you could use like Ford's Scattergun as like his other, just shotgun, or maybe the Bulldog for the full auto attachment. And then you could put like Witchfire on it, and that'll be like its like grenade launcher attachment, or just his flame grenade thing as well. You could do something like the Plasma Cutter to be like his plasma rifle, or maybe use the pulse rifle as like his plasma rifle. Like there's all kinds of options you could try and run around with. You could even just say, well, what would Doom Guy use if he was in Remnant? And then just put on whatever the heck you want to put on there. But I did put the Transpose Mutator on the Bone Saw. So whenever we pick up ammo, it increases the range damage by 20% for 20 seconds. That's nice. It's not bad. It's not the drawing point, though. Why I picked this one is because at level 10, the ammo pickups are added directly to the weapon's magazine. So, Doom Guy doesn't reload. The only thing he reloads is a double barrel. Everything else just shoots. And then it either has ammo or it doesn't. So I thought that was pretty fitting, like lore-wise, which is why I ended up choosing that. Kind of in line with that, I would kind of like to take the Transference Mutator on my melee weapon so that melee hits generate ammo for my weapons, and I would like to do that, but I didn't really have any enough Luminite Shard things left to upgrade it a whole bunch, so I didn't do that. Armor. I put on Lidos, right? I just did full heavy Lidos. Yeah. I mean, you could choose something else. You could try and make something else that looks maybe a little more Doom Guy-ish, but I think for me, this just kind of works pretty well, I think. Relic. I have the Tranquil Heart on right now because we're just doing a lot of regeneration, and as we go through our rings and things, you're going to see kind of why I just opted to take this, but we're going to be running a lot. And I don't really want to take the time to use relics. Though if you wanted to and you don't have the Tranquil Heart, I mean, I was using the Constrained Heart for a while there. Just extra health regeneration, grant stacks of Bulwark when you use it. And with the Challenger perks, it's like 4 stacks of Bulwark right away whenever you use it next to an enemy. So, a lot of good things there. But I did put extra armor, extra health in there. I did do ammo pickups as well because I want my ammo that I pick up to be as much as possible, especially when it's going automatically into the bone saw. I want my magazine to get filled as much as possible whenever I pick up ammo. Now for the rings and things. I put on the weightless weight, so increases our movement speed and reduces stamina cost of actions for every 5 points of armor encumbrance. So we're really encumbered right now, so we're getting a bit of extra movement speed and we're getting, stamina cost reduction, which is nice, especially when you consider that this is making our stamina cost even more. So there you go. That's why I took that one. I want to be able to move fast because in Doom games, the gameplay is all about movement. You want to move to stay alive. Movement is life. So the big focus on this playstyle is moving fast and hitting hard and keep moving, reposition. And to kind of go in line with that, we have the momentum driver, which I'd never used before this point. So after sprinting for 2 seconds, movement speed is increased by 15% and stagger level reduced by 1. So we're going to be moving fast. And once we start moving, they cannot stop us. Then we've got the low yield recovery ring. You could probably swap this one around a bit, but I've kind of enjoyed it. Killing an enemy regenerates 5% of your maximum health over 5 seconds. Additional kills increase duration by 5 seconds, maximum of 30 seconds. So I kind of like it because in a way, kind of fills the role of glory kills. When you glory kill an enemy, they drop health. So this one, when we take out enemies, we're getting health regeneration. So, and then as long as we keep taking dudes out, we get more and more, duration on this thing. So I like it. It works pretty well for me. I put Heart of the Wolf on there. Max stamina and movement speed. Again, moving a lot. Extra stamina to move is great as well. In addition, in Doom Eternal, there are these green spiritual wolf looking things, and there is a green wolfy picture on this, so it just fits. And then last but not least, we have Indira's Endless Loop. So after sprinting for 2 seconds, we gain 1.5 health regeneration per second until they stop sprinting. So as long as we keep moving, which we are going to be constantly moving, we're going to get health regeneration that's going to help us to top off in between fights. It's going to help us to heal in the middle of fights. If things start getting dicey, we just start sprinting around, just moving around the enemies, and we'll be getting a lot of health regeneration. Traits. Strong back from our archetype, and triage from the archetype as well. We've got 10 points in regrowth, giving us a lot of regen. 10 points in fortify, giving us a lot of extra armor effectiveness. Again, my stupid thing is having a graphics problem. So we've got 67% damage reduction. Swiftness, because we want to move fast. 5 points in a flash caster. I took that because the blood draw is really slow. It's kind of painfully slow. It really messes up the whole momentum of the build. So I put my last 5 points that I had into flash caster, so it would come out just a little bit faster. Bark skin, more damage reduction. Endurance, a couple points in there to just raise our maximum stamina a tiny bit. Plus this gives us another 25 as well. So it's not super killer that you have these 3 points here. You could probably take them out and move them to something else. Extra recovery, I find that 5 points just does the trick just fine. And then footwork, increasing our movement speed while aiming down sights. This kind of keeps us moving as long as we're shooting. Archetypes I haven't touched on yet, but I am running the Challenger. It helps with some of the weight encumbrance, die hard, so that we can get back up. We're moving really fast, so we're going to be getting in close to the enemies a lot of the time. So getting that extra damage and stuff while we're close to the enemies is nice. Yeah, all that kind of stuff. I did choose a medic. I didn't think too super hard about this. I think you could make some arguments for a couple of the other ones, but I liked the idea of it. Just giving us a damage increase, damage crit chance, relic efficiency, backbones, benefactor. The healing shield is nice because, like I said, there's armor things, so having that as a choice is kind of nice. But I think you could maybe make an argument for just taking Explorer right off the bat so that you're getting more, supplies and stuff. You get the 10 points, baseline into your swiftness thing, so you could maybe put those 10 points somewhere else. Maybe you can mark an argument for Invader, but Invader didn't feel right for Doom Guy. Kind of the same thing with all the rest of them. None of them really felt right to have with Doom Guy. I could see something with Gunslinger and using one of the other skills, like the Sidewinder ability, so that every time you cycle your weapons, it automatically reloads them, because Doom Guy doesn't reload, so you just swap your weapons and shoot, and that's it. Kind of the same thing with a Bulletstorm. So I think that would be... Maybe you could, maybe Gunslinger and Medic or Invader seem like some of your natural choices. But let's roll it out, man. Build's pretty fun. I am using a maximum health concoction. This is mostly because some of my healing is percentage based, and having a larger maximum health kind of gives us more healing in general. And then also, you know, with some of the shields, again, it's healing based, so getting more shields for a higher maximum health. It's just nice. I'm re-rolling my campaign because I'm trying to get the whole Tormented Heart combo again. That's a good cap. Now, satisfying thing about this build is just... Wait, let me use my concoction. Satisfying thing about this build is just how fast you move, right? Like, we are rolling. And I had never really messed with a super high movement speed before. I'd done a little bit, and it was very fun. But now we're like cruising, right? And that is just super fun. There we go. And then we just keep rolling right along. There is a ring that I would like to get as well. That would be kind of nice for the build. It is, don't remember what it's called, but it makes your weapons automatically reload when they're stowed. So, you know, like I said, Doom Guy doesn't reload. You just swap your weapons, and there's some stuff for you to use. Bam, bam, bam. Bang, bang. Going with sword. Nice. Keep it moving. But you have to defeat the Labyrinth's Guardian on hardcore in order to unlock that ring. So I have not done that yet. So we'll see if I can pull it off here soon. And then we keep moving and keep moving. And like I said, like, look how fast we roll. You just kind of move in quick and take out the enemies before they even really know what's happening. Chunk. And even that, like, the bloody draw thing does a ton of damage, so you can get a lot of just damage off of it in case your, like, shots are a little off. Swapped over, bang. Keep it moving. I haven't really taken any damage yet, which is kind of surprising. And one of my, you know, as I've been testing it, I have been taking a bit of damage as I just, like, sprint through enemies, and I just start getting clipped and clipped and clipped. And I would really like to show you just how much health regeneration we get from our baseline health regeneration, and then adding in the sprinting amount and all that stuff. It turns into quite a bit. So if I can get you to show you that, come on, hit me. There we go. And we have just so much baseline damage reduction that we're not taking a ton of damage. And look, like, just by sprinting around, look how hard it is for them to just try and get us. We're so fast, we just move out of danger. Like, it's kind of silly. All right, let's take a bit of hits here. All right, now we move away. Sprint. Here we go. And look, we just kind of reposition, and we start regenerating health a lot like this. Maybe if I get stuck off the fire hydrant. Chunk. Boom. There we go. And we swap it over. Here's a helix rocket. Finish him off. And then you see our health is like, we're good to go. Like, look at that. We've got the low yield ring is going. It's got 20 seconds on it now. So we're just going to be constantly regenerating health. So it's very fun. Some downsides with the setup. If you didn't notice, we have an ultra or like flop kind of weight. So, yeah, our dodge is that. And a neutral dodge back, the recovery is so long. So for the most part, I'm not going to be using it at all. Occasionally I will if I really feel like, one, I just like kind of instinctually do it. And then two, sometimes it's just, you know, you just have to dodge something. Sometimes that happens, right? So it's something to keep in mind. You could totally put on the Bright Steel Ring and have like really good rolls as well. I don't want to do that. And the bad thing is too, I'm recording this video and setting up this build before they're making this update, which is including quite a bit of changes to the encumbrance and stamina costs, as well as the strong back perk, the Bright Steel Ring, all kinds of things. So this build is a little unfortunate in that, you know, it's coming out a little bit too early. And I'm sure, like, who knows, maybe I'll make the recording today, post it tomorrow, and then that's when the freaking update happens. Because that's happened to me in the past. Whoop. And look at that. We didn't even stop for his stupid little, like, chain thing. Now we're moving in here. Let's go and activate Juggernaut. That is a skill I have on right now with our Challenger. I like that choice. Not right now, kitty. Because it gives us that extra stagger reduction. It gives us our melee damage things. It gives us movement speed. All that kind of stuff. And you can see we could just sit there swinging. All the bonus shields are really making us durable because our maximum health right now is 178. That's a lot of bonus HP. So any shield amount on there is just huge amounts of extra health. We get so much like extra regeneration. Like if we have to pull out and just start running, we just start regenerating our health like crazy, and then we'll be just safe. Perfectly safe. Some other options of rings you could try and do, because like I said, armor is a key part of, you know, the Doom gameplay. You could run some other rings, like instead of the low yield ring, maybe you want to use something that grants you shield. So whether it's like one of the like ammo, spend so much ammo, get a shield, do so much gun damage, get a shield, things like that. You could do that for shields. Activating a skill grants a shield. And I swear there was a ring that gives you a shield whenever you use a mod, but I didn't find anything, so maybe I'm just blind and I'm like making things up. I don't know. And look how... But why? And look how quickly we just blew through this zone. Like, we moved so fast. Like, next thing you know, we're done. And now I have to figure out what the dog's doing. Sorry, kitty cat. I gotta move you. Yep. Okay, go, please. Go. What are those dogs up to? Alright, let's knock out this event. I have used this setup for boss, like big world boss. I used it on the Corruptor, and I did it. It took me like 3 tries, because I was messing it up. And it was not efficient. Like, do not get me wrong. This setup was not very good for that boss. It might not be good for bosses at all, because that's the only boss I fought with it. But the good thing is, that map is all about moving around, right? You gotta have to jump across platforms to avoid some of the effects of the actual Corruptor. And this build moves really fast, so that part was really easy. Chop. Oh, come on. Disrupt them. Yeah, there we go. Alright, here we go. Lots of shield going on. Boom. Boom. Alright, here's sniper fire. There we go. Chop. Oh, yeah, dude. Boom. We're gonna pick this up, and now our gun has extra... Look, it's like reloaded thanks to the effects of that mutator, which is cool. Chop. Run forward a bit again. And look how much we're getting that extra regen. Our low yield thing has like a ton of timer on it, so like we're gonna have lots of bonus regen just passively happening. The shields are keeping us safe. I feel like there's a fire guy somewhere. And I mean, also just using the full Lido armor like this is just makes it so durable as it is. Like, the build has very strong pieces. We're doing some kind of weird janky stuff, which is okay, you know, that's fine. Oh, no, hit him. I don't want him to catch him on fire. I want to actually save him this time. The last time I did this, I did not save him. Let's go around him. Oh no, and he couldn't hit us because we were too fast. Why isn't that reloaded? Oh, that dude's on fire. That sucks. That's a bummer. We use our shield now, and that's something I hadn't been doing, right? I have not used my shield yet. We do some big hits to kind of mess him up. We flop now because I didn't want to have to go through that whole animation. Yank him there. Get this reloaded. Then bang, bang. I was hoping to get 2 stacks of bleeding on him, but that didn't work out. We just gun him down. Is he safe? No. Oops. My bad. Maybe I was slow. Yeah, I mean, the build's actually surprisingly solid. I was, honestly, when I was making the build, and I was like, I want to do a Doom guy thing, I really thought it was going to be kind of just memey and suck a little bit, but, no, it's actually, it's kind of solid, somehow. But let's run into another place, and let's get an actual boss fight. I got yanked by the stupid rat. I was, like, sprinting past some guys, and suddenly just grabbed me and gave me a heart attack every time. All right, let's mess him up. Let's see how this goes. Let's hit him with this. Boom. That's a good one. Sprint away now. Oh, no, we're too far away. Running gun. Just running and gunning, right? Boom. Poor guy. Sprint and reload. Boom, boom. Okay, reloading now. When he comes out this time, we'll hit him with a bloody draw, and then we'll activate Juggernaut and just start throwing down with him, right? Oh. Oh, it didn't affect him at all. That's really annoying. Let's do this now, and then we just start going crazy. We got the extra damage reduction from Bulwark. We're getting shields. We're regenerating a lot. I don't think he stands a chance right now. Really annoyed that for some reason my bloody draw and stuff did not affect him, and he just basically comboed us. Yeah, that's a problem with bloody draw. Sometimes it's a bit inconsistent. is something that I've noticed before. Like, you can think you're good, and then you're not. Like, it just misses completely. It doesn't actually pull them. It doesn't apply the bleed like it's supposed to. Like, all kinds of janky stuff happens. But then you get crazy range where I pull a dude from way over there. And so I just don't know, man. It's inconsistent. Alright, we are taking on the Red Prince. I did swap out my low yield ring, the one that gives me regeneration for defeating enemies, so that I have on the Hex Ward, because it's just really strong for his fight. Plus the low yield ring is just not doing much here. Like, I think we would get regeneration for taking out his like little shadow clone guys that he summons, but it's kind of inconsistent. In general, I find that one just doesn't do very much for boss fights. I'm kind of curious to see how this goes, because we're not going to be like dodging anything, so I'm kind of, I don't know, I'm a little worried. Skullcracker and Vicious, that's a lot of extra damage on these swings. So right now we're just going to really lean into the melee damage aspect of it and rely on the Juggernaut sort of like stagger level reduction to get us some work. Chains didn't work there, of course, because why would they work? And we'll just kind of reposition to the other side. And now let's start running and gunning. We've got 1 second left on our deal. Just sprint, get some of that stagger reduction. Move, move, move. Oh, he did keep up with us there. Ah, he's staggering us before we can even get out. We're going to shield up thanks to our medic ability. He's got clones. Summon. There you go. Thank you. Another one. Drop that one. Drop, 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 please. Okay, we're not. Ow. Luckily, we are like super... Oh, good lord. I can't hit shit right now. Luckily, we are incredibly durable, right? So now we're just going to run away. I want our stagger to actually activate so that we are not getting... Oh, staggered to freaking death. Sprint, sprint, sprint. Too slow. It takes too long to activate here. There we go. Extra bleeding. Oh, Lord. Dodge that one. And then we're going to get hit again. We need to reload. And maybe we'll clip him in the head to get another stack of bleeding going. Maybe not. Jesus, can't seem to hit shit. Not amazing. Really, the only thing that's done us well so far is when we were able to trade in the melee, and that did us a lot of good. We're going to use our relic now. It's going to double any health regeneration that we get, which should include this sprinting amount, I think. Alright. There we go. Shoot, 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 shoot. Doing some damage. Bang. Let's start sprinting now, please. We'll let ourselves start regenerating health. Everything's reloaded, kind of. There we go. Get some more bleeding on him there, except, you know, it didn't trigger because blood draw is the jankiest piece of crap ever. Alright. Once the flames get in close, then we will activate our relic, so we got more regen. This is going to be pretty tough for us because we can't dodge for crap. We don't have any stagger reduction right now to just sit there and trade with them. So, yeah, we're in trouble a little bit. Hello, cat. I was hoping to circle around him in time. Owie. Roll or dodge forward. Now, luckily, we have our shield is ready to go whenever. Use our relic to double regeneration again. We're going to go ahead and just shield now because we can. Blood draw. Thank you. I don't want to be in the fire if I can avoid it. Reload the shotgun, and then want more stacks of bleeding on him. There we go. There he is. See if we can get some shots on him. Let's go ahead and Juggernaut now. And now we can sit and trade. The shield should help to keep us alive. There we go. Yeah, we're circling way around. Any stagger reduction there would have kept us from being, like, really messed up. Oh, lordy, there you guys are. Let's try and get them with the blade. Now we go back over to shotgun. Ooh, of course he's right there. I want to get out of that if I can. Bang. Rip. There. Until it's done. Shit. We need to move now. We want to get some regen going. Owie. We're burning. Not great. Just moving, we're moving, we're moving. He's coming for us, but we can outpace him. Getting low on stamina. An option you could try. I can't remember what it's called. It's a ring. When you burn so much stamina, you get a shield. I was messing with it a little bit on the way here. It can work well. Like right there, it would have been great. But a lot of the times in general, like places, it wasn't doing much work for me. Like I wasn't really burning that much stamina because I would finish guys quickly and then like kind of stop moving, stop spending stamina. So like without being able to dodge roll, we're not getting a lot of value out of it. Shield up now because our health is pretty low. Alright, get ready for him. We're going to use our Juggernaut now. That's going to allow us to start trading and to start dealing a lot of damage to him. There we go. Alright, where's he at? I know he's over there. Big charge attack that used all our shields. Yeah. Good stagger on him. Burning him down really low. I really like how well Juggernaut does against him. It's really fun to just sit there and trade with him. Now where's he at? There we go. Boom. Thank you. Let's get sprinting to get that stagger reduction, right? It's activated now. Of course he moves right then. Oh, god damn it. Thank you. Ugh. Very messy. I mean, we did it. We did it by virtue of just how freaking durable we are by having 67% base damage reduction, freaking 178 health, and then just so much like regen. Like that carried the fight for us because not being able to dodge really sucks there. But that's kind of how it does on the fight, right? Or on a boss fight, I guess you might say. Specifically that one. Like that one was a pretty hard one for us because we can't dodge. And for some of the other enemies, it's going to be even worse because they have like really big attacks that you absolutely want to dodge. And a lot of times they're kind of like one-offs, and so you can just flop to avoid it and move on. For example, the Nightweaver, she's got some big slams. You know, you would do a big flop to avoid the big slam and then maybe just rely on moving quickly to avoid the rest of her stuff. But it'd be kind of sketchy. So this setup will be way better once we add in some of the updates that they're planning to add in. So like the different changes to the like load amounts and stamina costs should allow us to get like a heavy roll in there, so we can efficiently roll instead of flop. It's also going to make this mutator, the shield breaker, better because it's going to do instead of consuming all our shields, it's just going to do more damage based on our shields that we have. So that's going to be a really big change. So I mean, there's some awesome changes, and then plus too, with a difference in the weight and weightless weights things and interactions, we're going to be even faster with even better stamina consumption. So it's going to allow the build to like really pop off. So I think whenever that update kind of hits, I'll kind of revisit the build and show you how it does then, and I think that'll be pretty good. But yeah, that's the build. Running and gunning, lots of movement speed. Pretty durable, allows you to just kind of be aggressive, move through the level very quickly. Overall, very enjoyable play style, you know. And there are some options depending on what you want to use. Like, I have on the Hex Ward right now, right? But you want to emulate some glory kills. Maybe put on the low yield recovery ring. You want some more armor things. Put on like the rerouting cable. Gives you shields when you spend stamina, and that's going to be way better once we can actually roll efficiently. You could take on the where are you? Right here, spending some of your magazine gives you a shield. That'd be another way to get armor or shield, whatever you want to call it. So things like that. Those are some options you could try and mess around with. This one, nah, there's one where you get a shield for using your skills. That would be a pretty solid choice as well. This one, right? Yeah, activating a shield or a skill gives you 25% of your health as a shield, which is a lot. So there's a lot of really good options you could kind of mess around with depending on how you want to play this. You want the actual burning effect that the chains do in Doom Eternal. Maybe just put on Hot Shot. Want to emulate some of the other grenades. You know, use the flame shot, not flame shot, use a witch fire. You could use time stop for the like freezy one, things like that, etc., etc. But thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and as always, take care.